Good morning. Kyoto bans tourists from parts of Gion Geisha District. Well, this can be something. Japan's ancient capital of Kyoto, long a popular destination for tourists, is closing off some private alleys in the famous Geisha district of Gion because of complaints about badly behaved visitors. A local district official Isokazu Ota told the Associated Press on March 8, "We are going to put up signs in April that tell tourists to stay out of our private streets. Signs in both Japanese and English will warn tourists that they are not allowed to pass through certain private streets and that there will be a fine of 110,000 yen, about $70. The ban covers just several blocks of Gion. The district's public streets will remain open to tourists, so the area and the rest of Kyoto will still be crowded with visitors from both Japan and around the world. Anger at the tourist behavior in Gion highlights growing resentment at what many people feel is over-tourism, even though the Japanese economy depends more than ever on tourism revenue. Well, that's because it's over-tourism. The district of winding alleys is known for picturesque tea houses where geisha and their Michael apprentices, wearing a fancy kimono and hair ornaments, perform music and dance. In a city known for gorgeous temples and gardens, Gion is one of its most scenic and historical spots. Tourists armed with cameras like to wander around Gion, hoping to catch the woman on their way to dance class or a fancy dinner party. Campaigns and complaints about over-eager tourists began years ago, though the discontent cooled during the coronavirus pandemic. But now the visitors are back and the foreign tourist traffic to Japan is rebounding to pre-pandemic levels. More than 22 million visitors came to Japan last year, really eager to take in sushi, electronic gadgets, and attractions like Mount Fuji and the beaches of Okinawa. In 2019, incoming travel totaled more than 31 million people, and this year's number could approach or even overtake that, experts say. It's been too much for many residents of Gion. Their local council summarized their feeling a few months ago by proclaiming Kyoto is not a theme park. That's true. It's not a theme park. I mean, people live there. Discussion. What are your thoughts on Kyoto banning tourists from parts of Gion? Good idea. I wouldn't like the camera following the geisha around the street. It's very bad, very bad. Do tourists ever cause problems where you live? I live in Kyoto, yes. What are the longest lines or biggest crowds you've seen at the tourist site? Like a Disney, ne? I've seen many of that in Kyoto as well. Have you ever seen tourists acting inappropriately or disrespectfully? Yes, many times. Very upsetting. What advice would you give to someone visiting your country for the first time? Further discussion. Have you been to Kyoto? Could you see yourself living there? I do live there. What are some of the most picturesque places you've been to? Okinawa とかですかね. What would you say are the main things that attract visitors to your country? Many kimono girls. Well, lesser known places in your country would you recommend visiting? That's a secret, yes. What are the most scenic spots in your town or city? Oh, name it, it's Kyoto.